the only course to appear 3 times across all 3 seasons of the Racing Marble League, but also the course with the infamous series of events dubbed the Incident. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and welcome back to the Beaverton Corners course here in Season 3 of RML. As we get going here, let's take a look at those track features. Banked corners 5, standard corners 9, a big banked hairpin corner, as we know from the previous times we've seen this course, is quite a difficult feature for these marbles to handle. 3 long straights and the big booster. Lap time about 28 seconds on average, and there are your championship standings with Sinatra and Swirly tied for the top. Crimson Lady in danger of falling from the top 5. T-Bot and Goat will start things off today as we split screen for the time trials, and we'll get a look at some benchmark times again for today's race. It looks like Goat and T-Bot are about even coming through Sector 1. It looks like they crossed in synchronicity down that highway, which is by the way, that highway is 3 big lanes. For some reason, I always thought it was 4, but maybe it has changed recently. And they struggle through that hairpin, slow down through Sector 2, and we have 2 similar times, but Goat being on top, 28.23. Now we'll put our fastest time in Sector 1 at 13:29, and the slowest time, 13:33, Sector 2 being 14:94 and 15:38 respectively. All easy to find out, considering there are only 2 marbles that have raced so far. Polyonics and Skunk. And while Polyonics is on the screen, getting the slowest Sector 1 time already, let's recount the Beaverton incident that I speak of. Basically what happened was Polyonics and a couple of other notable marbles, I believe Ember was in there, were all stopped dead during the qualifiers of this race because of Duchess putting on an amazing defensive maneuver and put 3 marbles lined up like like they were ordering something, sitting there on the track waiting. So I don't know if we can get a replay of that on the screen now, but it was a tough way to start at this course. 3 marbles didn't even get to compete based on the rules of the qualifiers at that point. They were qualifiers by race finish, not by time trials. And there's Panda coming in with a 16.03 in Sector 2, not very good, and 0 taking pole. Polyonics just barely holding on to that 5 spot with 29.55. But that moment has been dubbed the Incident, and it's been a curse on Polyonics since, who continues to perform badly at this particular course. Unfortunately, Polyonics has not really shown in any other places and any other courses lately, but especially in this course. Here comes Blue Falcon. Look at that rookie marble, dodging through that hairpin like it's nothing, coming to the finish line with 2 greens. That's a pole. You can't do better than that. You really can't. 26.68, way under the lap average, which has been set immediately by 0, 28 flat. And Blue Falcon is your leader here in the time trials, Octane and Fleur-de-Lis. All that being said, I feel bad for Polyonics, and I hope that today's race switches around for this black marble. But again, not starting very well. 13:34 and 35 respectively coming out for these 2 marbles. 27.75 and 34. Not bad times, and you're going to see 2 more marbles in the top 5. 2 new marbles. I'm a personal big fan of this course. I always liked the banked hairpin, especially when it's around 2 long straights like you see in this course. And that first sector, which is a bunch of series of banked chicanes almost even, based on the pitch of those turns, really adds to the difficulty to maneuver through this course. Here comes Blizzard around that hairpin, looking pretty good, but I think Fury's out in front of him, crossing that finish line with a flat 28. That's 2 flat 28s. They put Fury underneath. I don't know, maybe if they go down to the thousandths or tens of thousandths of decimals, there is a difference between the 2. No matter, though, Fury is set behind 0 here. Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret won this course back in Season 2, but truthfully, El Sol is the marble to praise for their Season 2 performance. Did come in 2nd place, but had most laps led plus pole position bonus points for picking that up. in Season 2 as well. Victoria's Secret would get 27:41. Best new Sector 1 time. And we'll take 4th spot. Canuck and Tornado. And now we're getting into that top 7 of marbles here. Remember, we have Sinatra overall in first, tied with Swirly. I almost said Slurry. Who's also with 41. But Sinatra had won the previous race, so I think he'll get to be alone out there for the time trials on the screen. Tornado has Sector 1 time new best, and he'll come across. Ooh, I think he just missed out on pole by a couple tenths. Serpent Smart in current 3rd place. El Sol right behind. Crimson Lady about to fall out of the top 5 in 5th right now. And Tornado and Wild Canuck, who you just saw race. Tornado of which is in the top 2, and Wild Canuck, who is much closer to Polyonics in skill right now on this course. Spread out there. Those are your current top 7. Crimson Lady, can we see anything from her that's going to be useful? We almost had a new Sector 1 time best from Crimson Lady. How does that banked hairpin look? Good. Uses the walls pretty well, and we have a 13:63 in Sector 2, and we do have a top 3 qualifying finish for Crimson Lady, which is where you need to see her. She has been struggling compared to what she usually has been, which is just complete domination. She won this course back in Season 1. And, well, in Season 2 wasn't that bad either. Actually took 7th place, and actually one of her worst races, but still, she won Season 2. Can't complain. Here comes Serpent Smart. Here comes Swirly. They look about the same. A little bit slower for both of them, and we're going to be over 28 for both marbles. And they're going to be down in the mid-pack to start. And that leaves Sinatra. Beautiful marble. Blue Marble Gang trying to run through and turn the fire into ice by the end of this season. Fire being Crimson Lady, of course. Here comes down the highway. Look at that Sector 1 time. Not bad at all. Not too far off the record. Through that 180-degree hairpin. Slows down a little bit. Let's go to the banked hairpin. And takes it well. Stays on the outside wall. Speed through it. Down the finish line. 27:05. And at least he's starting in that top 5. And there you have it. Couple time adjustments, as you can see by the note at the bottom of your screen, but nothing that's going to affect the race too much. Skunk moves up to 11th for starting, and that's going to be about it. Nothing major. Polyonics time difference doesn't move him up anymore, but still slightly faster than we had thought earlier. 13-lap course, the lights are turning on, and with that, we are rolling. Blue Falcon already loses the lead to El Sol coming out of the first turn. Through the banked turns to the end of Sector 1, and it's El Sol leading, followed by Crimson Lady. Already found her way up there, and Sinatra gets bumped back, and he loses a couple spots coming out of that highway sector. I think that was Skunk in there causing some commotion. And here we go, El Sol and Crimson Lady gets nudged away, and Skunk has some look towards the top 2. And Skunk coming out of that marble booster. It's just a pack of marbles right now. No separation yet. I think that's, who was that in there? Blue Falcon finding his way back to the top 2. And it's not an easy race for Sol, and it will be tough for the whole time because it seems like marbles are going to be right on his tail. And El Sol starts to get a few lengths here of breathing room, but it's still a pack in the back. Who's way in the back there? I think Panda coming there in 21st place, having trouble getting out of the back. But let's go back to El Sol. Zero pulling up right through El Sol in that chicane, and he's got it by a length. Found that inside line and dove into it at the right time, and El Sol was kind of shoved laterally away. Here comes Crimson Lady down the highway, losing speed, going off the cut. Blue Falcon away, and does so, but still has some room to catch up with El Sol. Who's that in the middle? Victoria's Secret in 8th place right now, who won this course last season, as I mentioned, but struggling to get out of that mid-pack of marbles, that truly black hole in the setting of marble racing between the 7th and 15th spot. Honestly, I don't even know if I was a marble how I would maneuver through that situation. Here comes Goat. Oh my god. Goat, am I even saying that right? Goat is up in the top 1 right now. He's leading the pack by a few lengths. I don't know where he came from or where he's going, but that is not the marble I expect to be at the top this time. Here comes Zero down on El Sol, but just nudges him through, and he's back to top, and here comes Victoria's Secret, and we have the two from last season making a challenge at the top. But as I say that, Victoria's Secret is packed by, well, most of the marbles that I can see on the field right now, and she's back to 6th. And here comes Goat, still holding that second place spot. Looking good. Here comes the collision on El Sol, and he goes inside, almost gets around. El Sol finds the block he needs, and it's still going to be tough for Goat to get up there. You remember El Sol right now sitting in the top 4 spots, within striking distance of place 1. So this is a big race for him. Crimson Lady, though, much more. Crimson Lady has not won a race and might drop out of the top 5 here. This is the halfway point by the end of this race, and Crimson Lady, I assume, would want to be undefeated through this season as well if she can manage it. This is the kind of time where she needs to really assert that she is worth, well, all those undefeated seasons. Crimson Lady back in 4th right now, but still has some room. Victoria's Secret, now your current leader. She worked her way back up. Crimson Lady looking on El Sol around the turn inside, and she's got the lead on El Sol. Looking towards Victoria's Secret, not letting up. Tornado pushing his way in there. Nudges on Crimson Lady, who now gets a look towards Victoria's Secret as she dives in and away. The banked hairpin slow for both of them. And they go outside back towards the finish line, and we're about halfway through this race. 7 of 13 up that marble booster. Again, Crimson Lady comes out so fast. I almost missed that for a second, but now look at the length between them. And hopefully, well, if you're a Crimson Lady fan, this is the time where she starts to run away with this race. Down the highway, she takes the outside line. That's going to dock her some speed. Victoria's Secret coming right up. Here comes the lead, shortened to nothing. And Crimson Lady is back in the hot seat again. Victoria's Secret now followed by Tornado, T-Bot, Skunk, El Sol's, Goat, Swirly, Zero, and Sinatra rounding out that top 10. The marbles, the lead switches right here, and the switches in placement down the top 10 continue to switch at the most rapid pace I've ever seen it. I guess this is why this course is continuously voted back in time after time after time, and that is because of its exciting environment. T-Bot, who is, well, had a worse season than even Goat, finally looks to the top 2, right on Crimson Lady. Crimson Lady can't shake him towards the marble booster. Who comes out faster? T-Bot shoots out of there like a bullet. And he's up 10, 12 lengths as they head through lap 9 of 13. Now, Crimson Lady will round that large curve and start to narrow that lead again. I can't imagine that T-Bot is going to be able to hold a lead with his raw speed very long, but right now it's looking pretty good. Crimson Lady down that drop through Sector 2, heading towards that banked turn, and actually there's Polly Onyx in our sights there, who is having a wonderful time in 21st place. I guess that's just the luck that marble will have to suffer. Beaverton Corners course, again, has been quite a curse on this particular marble. Who's been suffering from season 1, so I guess we can't expect much else. Lap 10, Victoria's Secret opting for the inside line of the highway. Oh, does get around. Is able to get himself just past Crimson Lady and has the apex of that turn. Is going to come out fast. And look at the shortened distance now on T-Bot. Here's the marble booster. Another shake-up in standings. No, they come out the same speed, and T-Bot still holds it by a few lengths. Here we go towards the turn again. We're on lap 11. Only a few to go. Crimson Lady coming up in Victoria's Secret again. Goes inside, outside, and is right behind her. Here's the highway. They'll spread out. Down the middle, Crimson Lady follows Victoria's Secret. Now loses out. There is a lap there, I think, on Polly Onyx. There we go, -1 lap, and now he's in the fray. That's going to make it harder for Crimson Lady. And, well, Crimson Lady's getting passed once again by Goat even. And it's even harder. Lap 12. Here comes T-Bot. Oh, and the lead is gone. Victoria's Secret. Right there. Down the first straight. Has room. And T-Bot took the wrong direction for defensive rolling, and he's down a length. Polly Onyx still hanging in there in 3rd plus a lap, but you know, looks like doesn't look good for him. Victoria's Secret coming out of the marble booster pretty fast. This is the final lap. Will she do it again? Will this be her second win here at the Beaverton Corners course? What about T-Bot? Anything to say from him? Crimson Lady's now dropped back to 6. Unfortunate. And look down the highway. Victoria's Secret takes it right down the middle, threads the needle through the highway sector. She'll cross that banked hairpin smoothly, roll through the final elbows, and take the win again at Beaverton's corner course. Who's going to come behind T-Bot? And T-Bot T-Bot wasn't even in last season, so this is a good finish for him. Goat not finishing too bad last season, fourth overall. Not fourth overall, fourth on this course last season. He'll take third this time. One place improvement. Skunk Swirly Crimson Lady there in sixth. So I guess one place improvement based on her performance last season. But where is the season one Crimson Lady that we hold in such high regard? Who was, I believe, won 4 races that season. El Sol is going to come in 8th. Tornado 7th. Serpent Smart, Blue Falcon, Sinatra, Wild Canuck, Sacred Snow, Zero, Rampage, Florida Lou, Octane Fury, Polyonics. And I believe the last 2 as it disappeared. You'll see them when the scoreboard comes up once again. Victoria's Secret atop the podium. T-Bot and Goat side to side. 2 marbles that have had deplorable seasons so far, but somehow this course shook it up in the way they needed it to be shaken up. They'll take 22 and 24 points. The most laps led, El Sol, as he had last time, but only takes 8th. And the Blue Falcon, with pole position, actually finished right in the mid-pack. Blizzard and Panda are your bottom 2 there, 20th and 21st. So a very odd race with a lot of changes in position. Swirly and Victoria's Secret still atop your standings, 59 and 58 points. El Sol Crimson Lady, 57, 55. Very close to the top, and you never count Crimson Lady out, especially when she's that close. Still 3 more races to go this season. Serpent Smart Sinatra dropped all the way down to 6th from this race. Tornado, Wild Canuck, all marbles within striking distance, even down to Blue Falcon. Still have marbles still in the game. That'll do it for today's video, and that will mark the halfway point of the season. Now it's the time to really cast votes. Which marble is going to win the season? I personally think Crimson Lady has a good shot, but I wouldn't let my expectations for Victoria's Secret or El Sol drop at all, too. They seem like they're going to be in it for the long run. We will see you next time on the Racing Marble League.